Hello everyone. So today, apart from the stories and the struggles that Sushant had to face so as to become successful in Bollywood just within a span of 10 years, you need to know that there is a story behind the death that he had to face. Okay, now before I start the story, we need to know a little bit of history regarding Bollywood and the family which I am talking about. Okay. So this family is known as the Pancholi family. I don't know if they are known like that, but then still. Okay, the boy's name is Suraj Pancholi. Okay, he is not an upcoming actor. He is an actor who was struggling the bloody hell because he is from a well-known family in Bollywood itself, but then he has zero skills. Okay. Now his dad's name is Aditya Pancholi. Aditya Pancholi, if you talk to any person, like if you take the whole crowd who is following Bollywood, then 90% of them will say that Aditya Pancholi is that person who shared screen with Sanjay Dutt in the super hit movie Aatish. That movie was so good that even now, when I remember the conversation, the dialogues that they shared, that Sanjay Dutt and Aditya Pancholi shared, it actually gives me goosebumps. That is the kind of movie it was. Very, very excellent movie. So, in this movie, Aditya Pancholi became very famous. Now, there is one female whose name is Kangana Ranaut. She is actually the actual queen of Bollywood at this time, because she is the only female in Bollywood who can pull off a character or a movie so good without a male lead. She can do it single-handedly and she can make a box office record collection. So that is stardom, that is super stardom. Okay, so as I told, Kangana Ranaut was a newbie as every other actor. She was also a newbie once. At that time, she used to, like the normal procedure, she used to mingle up with all the all the other actors and everyone in parties and get-togethers. During that time, Aditya Pancholi is a person who has already made his mark in the industry. Aditya Pancholi tried to molest Kangana Ranaut. But Kangana Ranaut, being the bold and beautiful girl that she was, that she is, that she will always be, she didn't agree to it, and she made sure that she escaped from that trap. And she went to this person's wife and told her that this is what is happening. She says to his wife that this is what is happening, this is what your husband is doing, and this female, she says, I am already trapped in here, I cannot do anything. If you want, you somehow save yourself, because this person is a rowdy, he is a gangster. Even I cannot go against him because I don't want to die, I have my kids. Now, I don't want to die because I have my kids. Another option is she can get a divorce and she can leave this man. But if she does that, this person will kill her, his wife, because that is the kind of person he is, Aditya Pancholi. Kangana understands her condition and she understands, okay, this person is not going to be able to do anything about this. So she goes away and she gets the help of some other friends and she saves herself. And then comes that movie named as Gangster with Imran Hashmi. You know that song, there is one song like, Tu Hi Mera Shabnam, that song, and that movie was a big hit. She became known, and then later then her career graph grew and she is now the actual superstar of Bollywood. Now she's untouchable, and definitely Aditya Pancholi, who is now a no one in Bollywood, wouldn't even dare to even think about doing anything to her because she is now ultra famous. Now Suraj Pancholi is the son of Aditya Pancholi. I want you to understand that this is a story, and behind the story there might be a fact, there might be a truth, but there is no solid proof. Okay, I'm telling the story so that you understand that this is something that happens in Bollywood. Okay, where females get treated this way. Now, Suraj Pancholi, being the father of the dad he has, that is Aditya Pancholi, it is not necessary that he should also have these kind of bad qualities. Just like the son of a terrorist does not actually have to be a terrorist. The son of a business tycoon does not really have to be a business tycoon. The son of a culprit does not have to be a culprit, right? But then the fact of the matter is, if a person's dad is having bad qualities, I'm sure everybody has their own good and bad qualities. I don't think so any one of you will disagree to that. So, if your dad, if whatever good or bad qualities your parents have, you will also have that inside you, and it will be embedded inside your character. But do you want those bad characters to be a part of your life? That is totally up to you. That is your choice. I'm sure that I have the good and bad characters of my dad and my mom, but it is up to me to finally decide which good characters I want from them, which needs to be projected in my life. That is my decision. Suraj Pancholi, he not only has the story, as per the story it says that he not only has those bad characters inside him, he has chosen that to be his way of life also. Why do I say this? Because there is a actress named as Jia Khan who was making it slowly into the industry and making it like she was a cute little girl. What happened is Suraj Pancholi had an affair with this girl, and she got conceived, and she wanted to keep the baby, but this guy wanted to somehow destroy it, get it off his life. And but then she really wanted to keep it, and finally we come to know that this girl committed suicide. Now, because she was not such a big star, because she was not that much embedded into the public's mind, people felt, okay, she must have gone into drug overdose or depression or this or that, and we were all ready to accept whatever the police and Bollywood is ready to tell us or project. Next, after a few years, remember the video in which I told you about Disha Salian, Sushant Singh Rajput's manager? Okay, Disha Salian was in an affair with Suraj Pancholi. Now, in between Jia Khan and Disha Salian, how many girls were there? I don't know. I'm sure it is not less anyways. But then, Disha Salian was into a relationship with this guy, and this guy again, now this girl also got conceived, and then she wanted to keep the baby. She approached him, he dumped her, and he wanted the whole thing to be aborted, but then she wanted to keep the baby, and she used to share all these stories with Sushant. Okay, Sushant was not, for your information, Sushant was not her lover. Sushant was one of the better friends that she had on a professional basis and a personal basis. That's why she shared such intense emotions with him. Okay, intense information regarding her personal career, personal life with him. So she informs about this to Sushant, and Sushant says that okay, you need to stay strong and you need to take care of this, because this is a bad thing that should not happen, because he's a person who came from a small town. And you know what the specialty about the small town kids is? It's not money, it's not fame, it is that respect, that individual freedom, That is what we love of our life. Obviously, money and other monetary benefits are important, but then, that self-respect, that self-esteem, that lovingness, that courtesy factor, these are things that we keep above monetary benefits. I'm sure every person who can relate to this will agree to this. So he understood this and he wanted to support her till the end. But then what happened is, news came out that she committed suicide. Obviously, Sushant understood that what we never understood till then. He understood by then that this is what has happened. And he wanted to publicly expose Suraj Pancholi. And in between, before this itself, he had talks with Suraj Pancholi regarding Disha Salian, supporting Disha Salian. And, but then, everything went into haywire. And that is the time when he also got into a bad talk with Salman Khan, the super duper star of Bollywood. And that is how he got into the bad books of Salman Khan. Now, what is the connection between Suraj Pancholi and Salman Khan? I'll come to that in a bit. Now, this happened. Suicide. Sushant was not ready to accept it and he was not ready to believe it. But then he posted his message in Twitter saying that, Twitter or Instagram saying that it was a devastating for him. Now, after this, he told his girlfriend named as Riya Chakravarti and his best friend named Sandeep that this has happened and I'm going to expose Suraj Pancholi. And these two people told him that it is a bad idea, you need to stay away from this because this is a very bad thing and big names are all attached to it. So they wanted him to get out of it. But the way he is, the purity and the innocence that still existed in him never allowed him to stay away from it. And he was going forward to publicly expose Suraj Pancholi. Now, Riya Chakravarti, his girlfriend, was having is having an intense connection with Mahesh Bhatt or someone in that Bhatt family, and she fed them the news. Sandeep, his friend, who proclaims to be his friend, is actually a person who passes the information from Sushant Singh Rajput to Suraj Pancholi. So Suraj Pancholi comes to know about this. Mahesh Bhatt comes to know about this. And what happens? Then comes the planning of a super duper suicide, a crime, so that the crime is done in such a way that it turns into a suicide. The suicide for which Sushant Singh Rajput became the victim. Connect all these things. Don't you see that there is some connection? Try to connect it. I'm not telling that this is the fact. I'm not telling that 100% this is the story that you have to believe. But don't you think there is a connection? Now, that point in which I told you, Salman Khan, Suraj Pancholi, how do they get connected? Disha Salian was the manager of Sushant Singh Rajput, and she was working for a company named as Cornerstone Sports and Entertainment Private Limited, a Mumbai-based company which handles the public relationship activity, manages superstars like Sushant Singh Rajput, Dia Mirza, Virat Kohli, cricketer Virat Kohli, and many huge stars. So along with that, he was one of the stars. Sushant Singh Rajput. Now, Cornerstone Sports and Entertainment Private Limited. The CEO of this company, his name is Bunty Sachdev. Who is Bunty Sachdev? Bunty Sachdev is the brother of Seema Sachdev, who later became Seema Sachdev Khan. Seema Sachdev Khan is the wife of Sohail Khan. And who is Sohail Khan? Sohail Khan is the brother of Salman Khan, the Bhai of Bollywood. Now, if you are a person who has followed Bollywood for the slightest time, you will understand that anything and everything which is governed by Sohail Khan or Arbaz Khan, who is from that Salim Khan family, whatever they govern, it is all under the supreme governance of Salman Khan. Okay, so the fact of the matter over here is Disha Salian is one of the employees, one of the many employees of one of the firms of Salman Khan. Okay, now that is Disha Salian's position. Now Suraj Pancholi is the son of Aditya Pancholi, who is the friend of Sanjay Dutt, and Sanjay Dutt, who is not only a friend but like a big brother for Salman Khan. So obviously the connection got strong, and Salman Khan tries to promote and launch, and he launches Suraj Pancholi into Bollywood with the movie Hero, in which Salman Khan also sings, and the kind of promotional activities. And in this movie, Suraj Pancholi is acting along with co-star Athea Shetty, who is the daughter of Sunil Shetty. Okay. Now, Salman Khan, Suraj Pancholi is a client to Salman Khan, whom Salman Khan has launched into Bollywood, and definitely he's trying to promote him so much so that he becomes successful in Bollywood. Now you tell me, if something happens, if a mishap takes place, and if you have to choose between one of your employees whom you are feeding food, and you have to choose, and on the other side you have a client who is feeding you, whom will you choose? It is as simple as that. Salman Khan chose to stay with Suraj Pancholi. Obviously, anybody would. But if you are doing it for the right thing, then yeah, it's a good thing. But the same decision, if you do it for the wrong thing, then it becomes a hideous crime. This is a story I wanted to share with you because I came to know about this. And I would want every person who is aspiring to become a part of Bollywood to know about this story. I'm not making this video in Hindi because there are lots of movies, there are lots of videos already made, I guess. I'm making it in English so that every person around the world gets to know about this, that these are things that can happen when you enter Bollywood. There is no way out. Okay, there is no way out. You get in, if you want to be successful, no matter how much of a talented you are, if you stay against the people who feels that they are the gods of Bollywood, then bad things can happen. Very bad things can happen. Now this is a story. I'm telling it again. This is a story. There is no solid proof. But it's my humble request to the Mumbai police to look at this, look at the death of Sushant Singh Rajput, the death of Disha Salian, and the death of Jia Khan from this angle. Who knows? If I have spilled the correct crumbles, you may find your way home. Best of luck, Mumbai police.